Welcome back into our next installation of Two-A-Days. Chris Gale, Joe Geckler joining you from Newcomerstown High School. Coverage today brought to you by Samolda Boulderon Incorporated. And Joe, a trying season for the Newcomerstown Trojans. They lost a lot of games last year. I think that Coach just wants to see them play 10 games this year.
Yeah, they were 1-6 overall last year. They had 3 games canceled due to health, COVID issues, I guess. Whatever it was. And, they had some of those games canceled. 1-6, 1-3 in the IVC. But, they did get that lone win late in the season. Hopefully that can build on some momentum for them coming in here in 2022.
Yeah, and when you look at it, they Coach likes their numbers. They've got some young kids that are stepping up into key roles. When you look at the quarterback battle, they've got a couple sophomores battling for quarterback positions. You return Bunk Millender, who's a weapon that they can use anywhere. He can play quarterback. You can put him at wide receiver. You can put him in the running back position. Weber comes back, who had a great year at the running back position. And both Newkirk's, David Newkirk led this team in interceptions last year. He returned. So a lot of key returners for this team and some youth to build on that.
Absolutely, and you mentioned the one guy first there, Bunk Millender. If you look at what he did last year individually, I know it's a team sport, but he carries the load a lot of times for the Newcomerstown Trojans. He was 9 of 27, 184 yards and a touchdown through the air. He had 84 carries, almost 400 yards rushing, couple touchdowns. He had 134 yards receiving, 30 tackles on defense, 3 for loss, interception, pick 6. I mean, all kinds of things.
So you're saying he sold popcorn too?
He did. And he played in the band, and he did a lot of things for the Newcomerstown Trojans. Obviously, as Bunk goes, the Trojans go. But you mentioned a lot of the newcomers as well, and vying for some valuable playing time. Very young team here, some sophomores at quarterback, and the quarterback battle. Going to be interesting to see how Coach Dirk Gadd does in his 6th season already. Chris, 7-38, 1 playoff appearance in the 6 years, but he's doing a nice job out here. He's gotten the time to try to develop his program, and now he has a new crop of young kids coming in.
Welcome back into our next edition of Two-A-Days here at Newcomerstown High School with head coach Dirk Gadd. And, Coach, we don't even want to allude to last year, right? Let's just let it go, because it was one of those seasons where you didn't know when you were playing, if you were playing. But we know this year you got 10 games on the schedule, and that's what we're hoping for, right?
Yeah, last year was tough. We I don't know if it was like 4 games in a row that we had canceled, and there were some weeks that we didn't even get to practice. But, credit to our kids. They continued. When we were allowed to be here, they showed up, and we worked hard, and, we pulled off a W there, towards the back end of the season, and, that's a credit to them.
Coach, taking a look at your practices so far, how do you think things are going? I know that you like where your numbers are at. The kids that are here have bought into the program, and they're wanting to go. You return some skill kids. Talk about, where you're at in camp right now.
Yeah, this is, and I've talked with the kids about this. This is one of the most athletic group of kids I think that we've had since I've been here. Our overall team speed, we're a lot faster than we've been in the past. And the kids have been the most consistent group of kids as far as showing up to everything when they're supposed to be, doing the right things. So, with those things out of the way, we're looking to have a pretty good season.
Coach, you bring back Bunk Millender. You also bring back Brandon Weber, David Newkirk, Damian Newkirk, all key pieces last year. You also, at the quarterback position, have a battle this year between Clayton Fish and Austin Smith, both sophomores. You've got to like the fact that you've got some younger kids stepping up into roles, key roles that are going to be with this program for a while.
Yeah, and those younger kids actually got experience last year, so they've stepped right in and kind of hit the ground running. Our quarterback position, that's one where we need a kid that's a leader. We don't plan on throwing the ball a lot, so he needs to be able to turn around and hand the ball off, and he needs to lead the huddle. And both Austin and Clayton have done a good job of that. And with Bunk and Brandon, they'll get the majority of the carries this year, and they're both very explosive backs.
Well, Coach, I heard that you were running a 5-wide spread this year.
Well, we've tried some of the spread stuff, and honestly, the wishbone just fits our kids better.
Yes.
I feel like running that smash mouth style of offense makes us better on defense because it makes us more physical. So we're going to run the football, and we're going to be physical, and and we're going to hope for good things.
Coach, when you look at your schedule this season and how it shapes up, you start out at Shenandoah on Thursday night, then Bellsville, Conotton Valley, Sciotaville East, Indian Valley to wrap up the first half. Then you get into the IVC schedule, and 3 of those games on the road. East Canton, Malvern, Buckeye Trail on the road, TCC, and Strasburg at home. How do you like your schedule and how it shapes up for you guys?
I told our kids we need to get better game to game. Everybody wants to get a W. That first W is important, that first game of the season. But if we continue to get better from game to game, I think we'll have a pretty good season. And you know, a W game 1 against Shenandoah would be great. I know they have some veteran players this year. They're a physical football team, so I think that will be a good matchup for us to get started. And then in preparation for Bellsville, that'll come down here. And this is actually the 100th anniversary of Newcomerstown football this year.
Oh,
so
that
we got
is
some
awesome.
special activities planned for that game.
That's great.
We're looking forward to it.
Well, Coach, with the 100th year of Newcomerstown football, what's the motto this year for your team?
Well, we've kind of focused more this year on our core values, which is something we've talked about this offseason, which are toughness, effort, attitude, motivation, and selflessness. Those are kind of what we're focused on rather than a motto. It's more of our core values this year.
I like it. Well, Coach, again, thank you for all your time. You always open up the doors down here in Trojan country for us. We appreciate you allowing us all the access. We're looking forward to seeing you for 10 games this year and talking to you a lot. And can't wait to cover the Trojans this year in 2022.
We appreciate everything you guys do for us, and you guys know you're always welcome.
That was head coach Dirk Gadd of the Newcomerstown Trojans. Again, coverage brought to you by Samolta Boulderon Incorporated. And Joe, sounds like Coach is pretty excited about the 100th year of football here in Newcomerstown.
Yeah, it's incredible. 100 years of football here at Newcomerstown. Week 2 going to be a special time here, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see how Coach gets his team going, gets them rallied around that 100 years, and that's the home opener for the Newcomerstown Trojans. Bellsville, the Blue Devils, they did not play them last year, so they come in for that 100th game celebration. That team's going to be fired up that night.
Yeah, when you look at their schedule, they start at Shenandoah on Thursday night, so the opener there, and then, like you alluded to, the Bellsville home opener, Conotton Valley, Sciotaville East, Indian Valley to wrap things up at the new stadium at Indian Valley, and then 3 IVC games on the road with 2 home IVC games in the middle. How do you like their schedule? Coach alluded to he thinks things are lining up good.
Yeah, I think the schedule looks good for the Trojans. They got more home games on the front half to get acquainted with the new team aspect and, you know, all the kind of things with the team. The back half, you got 3 road games, but in the IVC South, you have to go to East Canton, you have to go to Malvern and to Buckeye Trail. You get TCC and Strasburg here at home. Going to be a nice schedule the second half of the year for them to see if they can pile together some IVC wins and get back into the playoffs.
We're looking forward to covering the Newcomerstown Trojans in their 100th year of football here from Newcomerstown, Ohio. Should be a great time. Chris Kale, Joe Geckler for you. We'll see you at the next stop on Big Z Sports 2-A-Days.